Good evening. Happy Friday night, USFFL. It is time for a doubleheader of action. We are already underway with the Washington Commanders traveling to Indianapolis to face the Colts. And we are also going to have the Denver Broncos traveling to Jacksonville to face the Jaguars live tonight, Friday night, in the USFFL. All right, we're back. Give me a second while I get our game set up here. We'll go full screen to the game. We're okay. We're going to double check a couple things here real quick while we stay there visually for you. All right, so let's see. I wonder if they have frozen up. It looks like the broadcast is up, so I think we're good there. Let me go ahead and get the join code out there in case anybody does want to join the broadcast. All right, so we should have both now. What we don't have is a game that appears to be going. Let me ask if we're frozen here. Yep, somebody dropped. So give me a second while we go ahead and plan on getting that back up and running. While we wait for them to get us a game number. And it looks like we're a few minutes late on the other game. So they are both starting a little bit tardy. It's all right. No big deal. Let's take a look at the standings. I did go ahead and get those updated for us. So we have AFC mostly tonight. The Commanders are 3-4. They're playing tonight, and you can see where they are in the hunt, in the wild card race. Tonight we have the Jaguars and Broncos. Jaguars are one of our current wild card teams. Broncos a game off the pace. And the Indianapolis Colts as well. Also, they are 3-4, and the Titans had a big loss to the Texans earlier today, as a matter of fact. Congratulations to Rudy Gobin, as he's got his Texans 3-4 rookie coach out to a fast start. And so that puts the Titans at 5-2, meaning that the Colts can get to within a game and a half with a victory tonight. So that's going to be close as well. Let's take a look and see if we have another game number. Not yet. All right, so we might have a delay here. We're waiting to see. Give me a second here. All right, so let's see what he says about that. We may have to. All right, we are back. Let's see if we can't get in. 1 second. right, so we are now back live in Indianapolis. Both teams are 3-4 in this matchup, trying to even their record on the year. All right, so we're underway. 3-yard run here for Brian Robinson. Sets up a 3rd and 5 for the the Commanders. They're at the fringe of field goal range already. We'll take a look here, see if this is the opening drive of the game. And it is. 6th play of the drive. Big 3rd down, 3rd and 5. Button hook pass, and it's incomplete. 2 men in the zone. So good call in a clutch moment there for defensive coach John Freeze. Gives his Colts a 4th and 5 opportunity here defensively. And at the 38, you're looking at a 2 through 6 and 12 field goal here if Coach David Mugman wants to attempt it. It's not bad odds. It ranges out to the 41, so there's a 3-yard breakage there as well built in. That's protection for the variable. Nonetheless, Coach Mugman, opening drive, he's not satisfied yet. He's going for it. 3 wide receivers are splitting out here for the Commanders. Puts Jahan Dotson in the slot. Nickel defense here from the Colts. Big 4th down opportunity here for the Redskins. Taylor Heineke at quarterback. Carson Wentz, from what I saw, is resting due to overusage. 4th down, he's going to try to run for this 1st down. Off tackle, left side, Antonio Gibson. There are no men in zone. To the defensive car we go, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. That was a defensive tackle, 0 or +6, so it was all on DeForest Buckner, a name you probably recognize. DeForest Buckner ranks a 5 against the run. 4 on the white die. He makes the big stop, and it's a turnover on downs. Colts with now their first possession of this game, beginning at their own 38-yard line. Defense guesses run, and it's a pass, short and incomplete. Paris Campbell, the intended target from Matt Ryan, hits one of the only incompletion spots with 3 men in zone on the defensive card. It's 2nd and 10. Commanders come into this game on a heater. They began the season losing their first 4 games, and David Mugman is on a roll. He's won 3 straight, trying to even his record with this one. 2nd and 10, 2 tight ends set. Jonathan Taylor out at tailback. Deion Jackson is in. And here's an off-tackle run to Jackson. Commanders were looking pass, and it's going to be a blocking opportunity, and just a 3-yard pickup there. As onside tackle, Braden Smith could not make the block. 6 on the white die stops him, and it's 3rd and 7 now. Colts from their own 41. They're going to split out 4 wide receivers here. Jackson stays in at tailback. Commanders out of the nickel. Back to pass, looking short, and it's going to be incomplete. Michael Pittman was the target. That was a split roll opportunity. 2 through 8 completion for a 1st down. He could not get the roll. And on 4th down, the Colts are going to punt it away. "40-yard punt. Fielded at the 19-yard line. And a nice return of 9 yards. A penalty, however, and a face mask. So Indianapolis, with a defensive penalty on that kick return, adds to it. Washington all the way out to their 43-yard line, 1st and 10. And the Commanders come out in 2 tight ends. Brian Robinson, the tailback. Both teams failing to score on their opening drive. One of 2 games we expect to take off tonight. Looks like the other one hasn't quite started yet. We'll give it about 5 more minutes, then I'll reach out to the coaches, see how we're doing. Opposing coach is having a couple of words. Here's our first down play. Pitch out. Brian Robinson's going to go to the edge. Tries to get the corner on his own card, and he's got it. Round the edge for a first down. 15 yards. Pushed out of bounds at the 42-yard line of Indianapolis. Pick up a 15. Robinson already 5 carries, 28 yards in this game. The Commanders already on the fringe of field goal range. Back to pass, looking deep. Looks like the zone is open. Defense does call pass. It is incomplete. Tyler Heineke on his card rolls the 4-3 was the long gain, so he was close. Empty zone back there. Coach Mugman definitely wanted to see the defensive card. Couldn't get it. 2nd and 10. 3 wide receivers split out now. 1 halfback. Dotson in the slot. Coach Freeze responds with a 4-2-5 defense. So a little eye candy there in the middle zone for the offensive coordinator. They fill that zone with a linebacker, but it's a flat pass out to the side. Curtis Samuel, and on the defensive card, it is going to be intercepted. Intercepted on the defensive card. Snake eyes is the roll. Picked off by the Commanders, or I'm sorry, picked off by the Colts at the 37-yard line. And here comes the return, and he is brought down immediately. And that is a break there for the Commanders because the returns on interceptions for that play had 3 touchdowns, including on an 8 and a 9. 7 was the roll, but it is still a turnover. The game's first, and the Colts begin again, 1st and 10 at their own 38. Zach Moss comes in at tailback now. Commanders out of the 4-3. They guess pass, but it's the pitch out. Zach Moss going for the edge, and he's got the edge. 1st down yardage. Zach Moss with a pick up of 17 across midfield and brought down at the 45-yard line of the Commanders. 9 minutes remain in the first quarter. Still scoreless here in Indianapolis. And Zach Moss stays in and tailback after that successful 1st down run. Still a 2 tight end set. Back to pass looking deep. He is double teamed. So a flush. So forget that. Little dump pass out to the tailback, Moss. And Moss has got good yardage. 1st down and big yardage more. But actually, I'm sorry, they bring him down. So it is a capped by rule. So Zach Moss would have had plus 23 on the play on the defensive card. Zach can't go that far. 8-yard gain. Still 2nd and 2. Now at the Washington 37. Got a break here for a second. Let's go ahead and check in on our other coaches. Let them know I'm still looking for them. All right. And now back here. Missed an 11-yard pass. Matt Ryan to Paris Campbell. 1st and 10 at the 26. Now here's a flat pass to Kylan Grayson, and he's going to beat the linebacker for another 1st down. Grayson goes into the red zone and brought down at the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 there for the Colts. 3 straight completions for Matt Ryan. And the Colts with a scoring opportunity here halfway through the first quarter. Jonathan Taylor is the tailback. Blocking back set. The safety is up close, showing blitz. It's a quick slant over the middle. There is a linebacker there. Receiver opportunity and a pickup of just 4 yards. Mo Alley Cox has it. It gets it inside the 10 down to the 8. 2nd and 6. So the flat pass zone's now out of the equation here. Same formation from the offense. Jonathan Taylor, the tailback. Back to pass. He's looking short to the end zone. Michael Pittman's got it. Touchdown, Colts. That went to the defensive card. Only 3 men in the zone. Defense was in a 4-3. Matt Ryan now 5 of 7, 45 yards, and that touchdown. Extra point here from Chase McLaughlin is up and good. It's actually automatic. And a 7-point lead now, 7-0 Colts. 6:36 to go in the first quarter. Confirmation from our second game coaches. They're still planning on kicking at some point here, so we'll keep an eye for that. Ensuing kickoff. Returned out to the 27-yard line, it looks like, indeed. Commanders will take over there. Both of these teams with a little better run defense than pass defense. Here's a first down pitch out to Brian Robinson, and this time he can't get the edge. Modest pickup of 3 yards makes it 2nd down and 7. Robinson stays in. 2 tight ends set. And here's a screen pass. There is a man in zone. Goes after the 0-rated linebacker. And it's going to be a pickup of 4. Brian Robinson on his own card in the right column grabs 4 yards and makes it 3rd down and 3 here for the Commanders. They're at their own 34. Both teams stay in the same set. 2 tight ends. Brian Robinson, the tailback. Colts show a 4-3. Defense looking run, but it's a quick slant. There are 2 men in the zone, and it is incomplete. Incomplete on the defensive card. Credit to the defensive coach. That's the 2nd time a drive has ended for the Commanders with 2 men in the look-in zone. Credit to Coach John Freeze for getting that done. 4th and 3. Here comes the punt. It's a good one. 50 yards. Fielded by Dallas Flowers for the Colts at his own 16-yard line. And it's going to be a fair catch right there. 4:48 remains first quarter. Colts get the ball back. Already up 7-0. And the Colts will now split out 3 wide receivers. 2 running back set. There's a first down run up the middle. Jonathan Taylor. And Jonathan Taylor on his card. He's got a hole, and he's got first down yardage. Pick up a 15 out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Taylor's first carry of the game. Take a look at some of the leaders here in a little bit, see where we're at. Now off the shadow of their own red zone. Colts staying in a 3 wide receiver set. Back to pass, looking deep. Nobody in the zone to the defensive card and incomplete. Wow. That went long. Nobody in zone as the safety came up to bolster the short pass zone, and it went to the defensive card, but rolled a 7. And make no mistake, Washington, not a good defense with 0 men in zone, but got the 7 roll. Almost got the pick. It's 2, 3, and 12. The roll was 11, but it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10. This time it's a hitch right over the middle, and that ball is going to be incomplete, dropped. 2 men in the look-in zone there from the defensive coach, but at the quarterback card it went. Matt Ryan avoids the interception split roll. 3rd and 10 now. The Colts are going to split out 4 wide receivers here. Deion Jackson comes in as the tailback. Commanders operate out of the deep dime here. Ryan back to pass, looks short, incomplete. There is a penalty, and that's pass interference defense. That's going to bail out Colts on 3rd down, move the sticks, and it's 1st and 10 in Indianapolis, right at midfield at the 50. Then should I take a look at the leaderboard? I was just kind of curious about the rushers, actually, as we were looking at. No, it doesn't look like Jonathan Taylor is among the league leaders at this point. Just thought I'd check and see. Short pass to Alec Pierce. It's incomplete. And that's a break for the Commanders defensively as they were keying on a running back on that play. Receiver, wrong column for Alec Pierce, and he fails to get the roll. 2nd and 10. Jonathan Taylor in the deep eye, 2 tight ends. Here's Taylor going off tackle, and he's going to get 5 yards. Taylor on his card in the wrong column. A 5-yard gain, cuts it in half, and it's now 3rd and 5. In Washington territory again, Deion Jackson comes back in on 3rd down here. 4 wide receivers split out. Commanders out of the nickel. Here comes a screen pass. Right side, Deion Jackson, the tailback. A yak opportunity to get that 1st down, and he's going to be close, but not quite. Brought down after 4 yards, 2 of them for Matt Ryan and 2 more for Yak from the tailback Jackson, but it leaves him a yard short. 4th and 1 at the Washington 41-yard line. From here for the Colts, they are out of range, so I would assume they're going to go for this. The range goes out to the 37, so even with a variable boost, you'd need quite a boost. And here comes the full house formation. So the Colts on 4th and 1, going to try to go for it here. Commanders already had a turnover on downs earlier in the game when they went for it on 4th and short. Inside run, Zach Moss. The key was on Jonathan Taylor, and Zach Moss has himself a 1st down, and he gets through into the secondary, and he is not brought down until he gets down to the 26. A pickup of 15 yards for Zach Moss. And that 4th and 1 conversion as the Colts knocking on the doorstep of a 2-score lead. Jonathan Taylor back in. 3 wide receivers split out here on 1st down. Here's a run at the middle to Jonathan Taylor, and a good one, 6 yards. Brought down at the 20, 2nd and 4. Colts in the red zone again. There's a hitch over the middle, and it's going to be a 6-yard pickup, 1st down yardage. Coach Mugman had 2 linebackers in that look-in zone, and once again, the Colts managed to get it on the quarterback card, and that gives them a conversion here. Now 1st and 10 at the Washington 14-yard line. Closing seconds here of the 1st quarter. Zach Moss now a single setback. Here's a key on Moss. It's a pitch out to him, and he's going to get a big loss of yardage. 8-yard loss on that play, brought down by James Smith-Williams. So an excellent call by Coach Mugman to key Zach Moss, and it's 2nd and 18 all the way back at the Washington 22. Prior to that 8-yard loss, Moss had 2 carries, both of them short gains. And on 2nd and 18, Colts split out 3 wide receivers. Deion Jackson, the tailback. Matt Ryan back to pass, and he is brought down. Sack on the play. F.A. Obata with a loss of 7 yards on that sack. And it's 3rd and 25 now at the Washington 29. As the final seconds tick off here in the first quarter, we head to the second quarter in Indianapolis. Colts are up 7-0. And it's a 3rd and 25 here. 3-2-6 deep dime by the Commanders. 4 wide receivers split out by the Colts. The 29, it is a 2-8-12 field goal attempt if he wants to take it. Here's a draw off tackle, and it's going to be actually another penalty. Lose 5 yards. So Commanders look like they're about to give up points, but the Colts are going backwards. Now 3rd and 30 at the 34-yard line of Washington. Again from here at the 34, and in fact out all the way to the 7, it is a 2-8 field goal. But another penalty, and you're going to be out of there. And as a matter of fact, you're already in range of a variable failure. 3-2-6 defense here, a deep dime. Based on the odds here on the field goal, I thought he might run it, but instead it's going to be a look-in pass and incomplete. Alec Pierce on a receiver opportunity on right misses it. 4th and 30 from the 34. Here comes a 51-yard field goal. As long as there's no variable, it's 2-8. Here's the kick. It's up, and it's good. 51-yard attempt is through. Chase McLaughlin drills it, and the Colts, early in the second quarter, have taken a 10-0 lead on Washington. So give the Commanders credit for thwarting that plunge into their red zone defensively. Almost backed the Colts out of range, but in the end, they walk away with a field goal and a 10-point lead. 14-24 remains here, second quarter. And after the ensuing kickoff, a touchback, the Commanders take over at their own 25. Commanders just 2 first downs and 44 yards of offense. Their opening drive of the game was 7 plays, and it ended in a 4th and short at the Indianapolis 38. After that, it's been 3 and out and 3 and out. Here comes their next opportunity, trailing by 10. 3 wide receivers splitting out for the Commanders. 1 halfback. Safety's up close, showing blitz for the Colts out of the nickel. Here comes a run off tackle, going nowhere. Brian Robinson brought down immediately, hitting that 5 on his own card. 2nd down and 10. We now have been informed that the second game tonight was listed as an incorrect time zone. It is scheduled to kick off officially in 30 minutes, so we'll be on the lookout for that. 2nd down and 10, back to pass, looking deep. It's an empty zone defensively. Defense is calling pass, but here's an opportunity for the quarterback, and it's a flush. So scratch that. We're going to attack a linebacker here. Terry McLaurin has it, and it's going to be a pickup of 7. That went to the 0-man column on the defensive card, and it sets up 3rd down and 3 here. Commanders from their own 32, trying to avoid a 3rd consecutive 3 and out. 2 tight end set. Brian Robinson, the tailback. Both defensive tackles rate a 5 against the run. So it makes it a little bit concerning about beating those tackles on a 3rd and 3 if you want to try to run for it. But instead, we've got a deep ball and another empty zone as it looks like the safety was double teaming the tight end. Defense guesses pass. The zone is empty. The deep ball is there, and it is good. Caught down, brought down by Terry McLaurin. And that is going to be all the way inside the 25 and down to the 20 of Indianapolis. So a huge play as the safety caught out of position again. And this time, the Commanders capitalize. Now 1st and 10 at the 20. Commanders double their offense on that one play. Robinson stays in. 2 tight ends set. Safety up close showing blitz out of the 4-3. It's an off-tackle run. Brian Robinson going to try to go to the wrong column on his card, and he does. And Robinson has good yardage inside the 10 and down inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal, a 16-yard pickup for Brian Robinson. So the Commanders knocking on the doorstep now after that deep ball. 1st and goal here. Robinson out. Antonio Gibson comes in at tailback. Safety up close, showing blitz, 4-3. Here's an off-tackle run. Gibson on his card. It's going to be nothing doing. Credit Coach Freeze defensively. He did call run on that play. 2nd down and goal. Gibson stays in here. Safety again, showing blitz. Back to pass, looking short. And it is incomplete. Curtis Samuel couldn't get it. 3 men in that short pass zone, so only a 3 or a 12 was an automatic incompletion. It got the 3, and it is 3rd and goal at the 4. And he's going to try to run it in, off tackle into a pass defense on the defensive card. Robinson pounds it through for the touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run, Brian Robinson. He's now over 50 yards rushing in this game. Extra point by Joey Sly is up, and it's good. And with 10:48 remaining here in the second quarter, the Commanders have cut into the lead. It's 10-7 Colts. Commanders on that possession, 7 plays, 75 yards, 3 first downs, the biggest one coming on a 48-yard completion from Taylor Heineke to Terry McLaurin. Colts now up 3, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll begin with Zach Moss at tailback. And here's going to be a hitch over the middle and a pickup of 8. There is a penalty. It's encroachment against the defense. So you want 1st and 5 or 2nd and 2? I think you take the 1st and 5. Michael Pittman caught that pass and picked up those 8 yards on the receiver wrong column. Frankly, one of his worst opportunities there. Still waiting on the decision. We finally have it. They accept the penalty. Colts 1st and 5 from their 30. We mentioned earlier, both of these teams 3-4 on the year, trying to even their record. And on 1st and 5, Deion Jackson in at tailback for the Colts here. And here's a hitch over the middle and another receiver opportunity. Pittman's got it again. 6 yards on that one. 1st down for the Colts. Back-to-back catches for Pittman, who has 3 in the game. Colts from their own 36 now. 3 wide receivers split out. Zach Moss back in at tailback. Defense looking run. It's a little dump pass to the side, and it's going to be a yak opportunity for Pittman. And he's got himself a 12-yard gain, first down yardage up near midfield at the 48. Pittman with 3 catches in the last 4 plays, powering this drive. Colts now 1st and 10 at their own 48. We'll see if Coach Freeze wants to keep targeting his number 1 man. Here's a draw. Jonathan Taylor got the defense looking pass, and it's a pickup of 4 yards. Not bad yardage on first down, but you'd expect more on your running back's card on wrong. Colts settle for a 2nd and 6. They do cross midfield. Now at the Washington 48. Here's a hitch over the middle again, tacking a 0-rated linebacker there. Yak opportunity again for Pittman, and this time it's incomplete. That yak opportunity turned into a negative yardage play, which in the look-in is incomplete, as you know. 3rd down and 6 now for the Colts. They'll split out 4 wide receivers, and that's going to put the Commanders into the nickel. Colts 0 for 3 on 3rd downs in this game. Back to pass. Matt Ryan, he is forced to scramble, and he's going to be doing a dump pass here out to Ashton Dulin. He needs 6. It's a yak opportunity for Dulin, and he's going to get himself a first down. 10-yard pickup on the yak, so a total of 9 net yards. Ashton Dulin converts. Colts 1st and 10 at the Washington 39 after the first 3rd down conversion for their offense. Colts on the fringe of field goal range now. Again, it does end at the 37-yard line, but plenty of leg once he's in range. Here's a run up the middle. Jonathan Taylor, and he's got 4 on his card. Defense was guessing pass. So again, not the best out of the wrong column, but 2nd and 6. 2nd consecutive series that Jonathan Taylor has opened on first down with a 4-yard run on wrong. 3 wide receivers split out now. Zach Moss into the game at tailback. Here's a dump pass over the middle, receiver opportunity, and it's going to be good. 8-yard pickup and a first down. Kyle Grayson with his 2nd catch in this game. Colts now 1st and 10 at the 27 of Washington. After the Commanders' 7-play touchdown drive, Colts have responded with an 8-play drive and 4 first downs already. They're now 1st and 10 at the 27. Here comes the 9th play of this drive. Taylor in it, blocking back. And here's Taylor, run right up the middle, and he's brought down right away. Taylor on his card on wrong again on first down, but this time he hits the 5 on his card, and that's 0. 2nd and 10. Taylor to the sideline. Zach Moss comes in at tailback. Just over 6 minutes remains before halftime. Colts up 3 points, 10-7. Two tight ends here. And Matt Ryan back to pass. Looks short. That's good. First down yardage to Alec Pierce. There is a penalty, and it's a late hit on the quarterback. Washington with a personal foul adds 15 yards. Actually, they're inside the 20 now, so that's going to be a net yardage gain. Penalty gets it down to a 1st and goal. Colts at the 8-yard line. Matt Ryan to Alec Pierce. His first catch of the game. Ryan goes over 100 yards passing now. And from the 8-yard line, Jonathan Taylor on first down comes in. There still are 3 wide receivers splitting out. Back to pass Ryan. He looks short, and that ball is picked off in the end zone. Interception on the play. Derek Forrest with the interception. Pass intended for Paris Campbell. He is tackled in the end zone, and the Commanders, with a sudden halt to that drive, they'll take over at the 20. Turnover in the end zone. And now both teams with an interception in this game, 1 turnover apiece. 5:42 remains before halftime. Here's a first down run, Antonio Gibson, and he's going to get just 3 yards. I believe that play shifted to the right column because of 3 wide receivers, 1 halfback. And, of course, the 1 on the white die. 2nd and 7. 3 wide receiver formation again from the Commanders. A 4-2-5 presented here from the Colts. It's a flat pass attacking a 0-rated linebacker, and it's good. Dotson has a 10-yard pickup. Heineke to Jahan Dotson, his first catch of the game. Washington 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. 4:30 and counting remains in the first half. Here's a first down run up the middle, and Brian Robinson, and a 5-yard pickup. Commanders again running out of the 3 wide receiver, 1 halfback set. Robinson gets it, his 10th carry, and 56 yards in this game. Sets up a 2nd and 5 for Washington at the 38. Safety up close, showing blitz here. 2 tight end formation from the offense. The guess is passed, but it's a pitch out. Brian Robinson, he is going toward the end, and it's going to be a pickup of 3. Nice call by the defensive coach. He did stuff that 1 zone on the defensive line and 1 linebacker in the zone. Saves a short gain there. Sets up a 3rd and 2 now for the Commanders from their own 41. 2 tight end set. Brian Robinson, the tailback. Commanders are 3 of 5 on 3rd downs in this game. Colts defense in the 3-4. Here's an off-tackle run to Robinson. The defense guesses run. Robinson on his card. He's brought down right away. Nothing doing. 4th and 2. Washington at their 41. And with a 3-point difference, that's going to bring out Tressway, the punter, kicking it back to Indy. A 42-yard punt inside the 20, fielded at the 17-yard line by Kiki Kuti. And a nice return, 15 yards, out to the 32, and that's where the Colts will take over with 2:24 remaining before halftime. And with a 10-7 lead. All 3 timeouts for both teams. Interconference action in the USFFL. Colts back to their familiar 3 wide receiver, 2 running back set. Moss is the tailback. Here's a square out pass, empty zone, and it's going to be a pickup of 4 yards. That went to the quarterback card. Matt Ryan hit Michael Pittman for his 5th catch, 2nd and 6. And the Colts take their first time out, stopping the clock at 2:06. Here's a 2nd down run. Pitch to Zach Moss around the edge. Moss on his card. He's got a short gain. Good yardage for Moss across the 50. And he is brought down in bounds at the Washington 47-yard line. 2-minute warning is going to stop the clock, though. But that's a quick flip of the field. Colts are quickly across midfield. Zach Moss, even after that 8-yard loss he took earlier, 4 carries, 41 yards in this game. 2-minute offense here from the Colts. 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs again. Moss is the deep eye. 4-3 here from the Commanders. Back to pass, looking short. That's no good, incomplete. And for the third time in this game, on short pass, the Colts have hit 3 on the defensive card with 3 men in the zone. That's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Colts up 10-7. They've outgained the Commanders 176-140. Deion Jackson at tailback. Here's a screen to Jackson, and he's got it. First down yardage, out of bounds, inside the 35. There is a penalty, and it's actually an offensive penalty. Pass interference on the offense wipes out a first down play to the tailback. Back them up 10 yards, and the Colts are suddenly 2nd and 20 at their own 43. "4-2-5" defense here shown by the Commanders. Back to pass, looking deep, and it looks like we've emptied that zone too. And that's going to be a flush, though. So we got a little dump pass here going to the tailback, Deion Jackson, and he's got himself a 7-yard pickup. That ended up with a 6 on the white die going to a 0-man column, so +7. Really your worst possible result. Sets up a 3rd and 13 right at the 50-yard line. We are waiting to see if the Colts want to take a timeout. Looks like he did not get out of bounds. They let the clock run. Now, 1:22 remaining before halftime. Colts 3rd and 13 at the 50. They split out 3 wide receivers. 4-2-5 again here by the Commanders. Matt Ryan back to pass, looks short, and he's going to actually be flushed, and he's forced to scramble and brought down immediately. Didn't even make the line of scrimmage. That's a sack on the play. Jonathan Allen brings him down on that sack. 4th and 13 at the 50. And so I'm sure the Colts will be happy to let the clock run, but the Commanders, not surprisingly, burned their first timeout. Both teams now with 2 timeouts. 1:15 remains, and the Colts will punt it away from the 50-yard line. Matt Hawk going for that coffin corner. And doesn't look like a real good kick from what I'm seeing. Let's see where it goes. It's possible we locked up as I'm waiting for that punt to go. While we wait to find out, I can tell you the other game has started. Let's go ahead and pull that game number. I think we're frozen here. So let's go ahead. You know what? I can still hear the sound of the game. And when I can hear that and there's no game up, that usually means my side needs a little kill method. So let's do that. And let's head out to Jacksonville, see what's going on with that game. We'll be watching them both. We'll have them both up here in a second. Get the other game ready to go. All right. So right now I'll copy their old game number. We'll wait to see. Come back here. We're not up yet, though, on that game. Looks like we might be currently delayed on both games. So let's keep an eye for that here. There we go. New game number. All right, triple ones. I'm seeing. Let's hope that didn't just happen to somebody. Looks like the game number for Jacksonville did not get posted, so I should probably post it. All right, so let's see if we can't get in now with that. All right, so looks like we're back in Indianapolis, still 10-7. Colts beginning at their 16. All right, so we may have a delay here. I'm going to go ahead and mark it as a delay and keep an eye on both and take the delay flag off just as soon as we are up. So give me a sec. Okay, we appear to be back in business with at least one of our games. Denver at Jacksonville is underway. Our other game, Colts, close to halftime, about a minute left before half. Colts are beating the Commanders 10-7. Excuse me. And the coaches have confirmed they are still having tech issues. So we'll keep an eye on that. But for now, we are live in Jacksonville. 3-4 Broncos at 4-3 Jaguars. And after a 6-yard pass, Russell Wilson to Latavius Murray. Broncos still with a 3rd and long. 3rd and 13 at their own 22. Jaguars had the ball first in this game. They were a quick 3 and out. Despite 1 first down, it says. It's interesting. Yeah. Third and 13, back to pass. Russ Wilson is looking at Cortland Sutton, and it's going to be incomplete. Almost intercepted. Russ hit the split roll on his card and missed the pick. 2 through 6, 11, 12. And here comes a punt from their 22. It's a 50-yard punt. And a nice return, 13 yards from Jamal Agnew. Has the Jaguars out across the 40 at their 41-yard line. Jaguars, as we said, come into the game 4-3. They had 3 straight losses. They had opened the season with 3 straight wins. Then they had 3 straight losses and snapped that loss streak by beating the Giants last week. Trevor Lawrence back to pass on first down, and he is going to Marvin Jones, and Marvin Jones has it. And Marvis Jones is through for a first down and a good 30-yard pickup as he gets the long gain on the short pass 11. A 30-yard completion on Lawrence's first throw of the game. And it's 1st and 10 Jaguars at the Denver 29. Three wide receivers are going to split out. Travis Etienne, tailback, out of the shotgun. Defense guesses run, but it's a screen pass and a pickup of 4 yards to Etienne. Could have been a lot worse. Went to the defensive card. Just found a +4 sitting there. 2nd and 6 at the Denver 25. Out of the shotgun, still 2 tight end formation for the Jaguars. Defense showing blitz out of the 3-4. Here's a quick out pass, and it's going to be a nice pickup. First down yardage to Evan Ingram. He hits a 5 on his card, receiver right, and it's +11. And that gets the Jaguars into the red zone. 1st and 10 at the Denver 14. Lawrence 3 for 3 on this drive, 45 yards passing. Safety is truly free. He's up showing blitz. Here comes a hitch, and that zone is wide open. Defense guesses run, and it's incomplete nonetheless. The flats were doubled, and the open zone was the look-in, and that's exactly what was targeted, and they got the run call. But a receiver result from the quarterback led to Zay Jones rolling the only incompletion on his card outside of double sixes. 2nd and 10. So nice break there. Defense gets his pass. There's a draw up the middle and a pickup of just 2. Travis Etienne could not get what he needed on the defensive card. Denver against the run, rated average to good. 3rd down and 8 now for the Jaguars at the Denver 12. And there are no running backs on the field here. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. Luke Farrell, fullback, is beside Lawrence in the backfield. 3-4 defense from the Broncos. Waiting on the offensive play call. And it's a short pass. Looking to Luke Farrell. And it's a defender roll. Looks promising, and it's good. Touchdown, Jaguars. Trevor Lawrence to Luke Farrell, the fullback in that formation. A 12-yard touchdown pass. The extra point is up and good by Riley Patterson, and the Jaguars draw first blood here at home. They're up 7-0 on the Broncos. Checking my phone to see if we have any new news in our other game. Looks like they are currently rebooting. So Broncos now 1st and 10 from their 18. Defense against his pass. Here's a draw. Latavius Murray, and he goes nowhere. Brought down immediately by Foyesade Olukan. 2nd down and 10 at the 18. 3 wide receivers split out now. Safety up close, showing blitz out of the nickel here for the Jags. Second and 10, it's a draw. Latavius Murray, and Murray on his card has got 5 yards. So he gets half of it, and it sets up a 3rd and 5 here. Denver from their own 23. Oh, and here's a good call defensively. The button hook to Melvin Gordon, and he was double teamed. There is a penalty, but it's against the defense. I'm sorry, it's against the offense. So that's declined by Jacksonville. I apologize. 4th and 5 here. The Broncos are going to have to punt. From their 23, it's a boomer. 56-yard punt. Fielded at the 21-yard line. Fair caught there. And the Jaguars will take over 1st and 10 at their 21. And once again, Trevor Lawrence stays in the shotgun here, even on 1st down. He's back to pass, looks short, and that's going to be good. Christian Kirk will pick up a 10 yards, move the sticks. Jags now out to the 31-yard line. You can see in the standings here, Broncos 3 and 4 in that wild card hunt. Jaguars 4 and 3, currently positioned as a wild card team. Although clearly it's very early. Just keeping track of where people are. Don't act like you didn't want to know. 3 wide receivers splitting out here. Back to pass, looking deep. It's open deep. The safety came up, and it's going to be incomplete, though, on the quarterback card. So an opportunity there as the defense unzipped their fly deep, but Trevor Lawrence on his card, double sixes, couldn't find it. No good, 2nd and 10. Jags again, 3 wide receivers splitting out. 1 halfback here. There's a quick out going out to the tight end, Evan Ingram, 0-rated linebacker, and he hits that linebacker with that 7 roll. Pickup of 18 for Evan Ingram. That's across the 45 out to the 49-yard line for the Jaguars. Broncos with 0-rated linebackers on the outside. Trevor Lawrence hit his tight end there. Back to pass again, looking deep this time, and it's another empty zone. Nobody's there, but it's a flush, so we're going to go flat instead. Evan Ingram, the tight end again, and he's going to go on the defensive card for another pickup of 13 yards. 1st down yardage. Evan Ingram now, 2 catches for 31 yards in his last 2. 3 for 42 on the game. Now 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of Denver. Right outside of field goal range. Back to pass again. This time it's looking to his tight end, Dan Arnold, going short. And on the defensive card, that is going to be intercepted by the Broncos. Picked off at the 25-yard line. There is a penalty, however, and it is against the Broncos. So wipe away the interception there by Baron Browning. A reprieve for the offense. 5-yard penalty, and the Jaguars now 1st and 5 at the Denver 33. Back to pass, looking deep. It's an open zone again to the defensive card, and incomplete as he just misses his receiver on the play. Christian Kirk, Needed a 7 or an 8, rolled a 9 on that attempted long pass. Then again, there was nobody in the zone. So he's attacking deep, and Denver keeps showing it to him. Let's see how that trend continues. 2 tight ends here for the Jaguars. ATN, the tailback. Safety is showing blitz out of the 3-4. Coach Joe Golden running the offense here for the Jags. Coach David Kukofka running the defense for the Broncos. Defense looking run, but it's a pass short, and that's no good, incomplete. Trevor Lawrence misses on his card, and it's 3rd and 5. Three wide receivers splitting out here. Out of the shotgun, nickel defense from the Broncos. There's a quick out pass to Evan Ingram again, attacking that zero-rated linebacker, and it's incomplete. To the defensive card it went, but not to the linebacker. It went to an empty spot. 4th and 5 now at the Denver 33. And they're going to go for it. Jags already up 7-0. And they're going to give up on a 2-5 field goal. Variable could have taken that maybe to a 2-8 and 12, but he's going to go for this 4th and 5. 3 wide receivers splitting out here for the Jags. Lawrence out of the shotgun. Nickel defense here from the Broncos. Safety up close showing blitz. Big play here. It's a screen to the tailback, Etienne, going after those linebackers. And on the defensive card, Etienne's got himself a first down. 13-yard pickup down to the Denver 20. A 6 on the white die sent that over to the 0-man column. But I guess a 6 on the white die on that 7 roll would have been linebacker in zone anyway. So good play call and a good roll. 1st and 10 now at the 20. Trevor Lawrence goes over 100 yards passing here in the first quarter. He'll split out 3 wide receivers again. He's out of the shotgun. Etienne is beside the quarterback. Back to pass again. Looks short. Marvin Jones, the target. It's no good. Incomplete on Denver's pass card. 4 men in the zone that time for Denver. Broncos average to good against the pass, just as they are against the run. Once again, out of the shotgun, still 3 wide receivers for the Jags. 4.5 minutes remain, first quarter. Here's a first down run, draw up the middle, Travis Etienne, and he's going to get himself 5 yards. Beats the nose tackle with a 5 on the white die. Could have beat him with anything on that white die. 3rd and 5 at the Denver 15. So here's Denver's opportunity to try to hold him to a field goal attempt. From right here, it's already a 2 through 10. A sack does cost a little bit of the odds here on a field goal attempt. 3 wide receivers split out. It's going to be a flat pass, 2 men in zone, and it's still a 6-yard gain and a first down. So on that play, defensive coach David Kukofka covers his zero-rated linebacker on the outside. Can only do it on one side. He gets the right side, but the quarterback on his card picks up the first down nonetheless. 1st and goal at the 9 now. Trevor Lawrence for the first time on this drive, not in the shotgun. Defense gets his run. Back to pass, looking short. Defensive opportunity, incomplete. No, it's going to be a touchdown pass. I thought it was stopped, but the defender couldn't make the stop. K1 Williams couldn't stop it on the 5 on the white die, and Christian Kirk with a 9-yard touchdown reception. Extra point is good, and with 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter, the Jags at home have opened up a 14-0 lead on Denver. Joe Golden out to a lead here. Broncos, after the ensuing kick, take over at their 22. Take a look here on the other game real quick. And 2 men in zone on that flat pass, incomplete. Still waiting on the resumption of the Colts home game against the Commanders. They were up 10-7 just before halftime. Broncos now with a 2nd and 10 at their 22. They've got 3 wide receivers splitting out. Javonte Williams, the tailback. It's off tackle to Williams, and he's got a 4-yard gain. That was on the right column. Nice call by the defense. Coach Golden called run there to cut that in half. 3rd and 6. Back to pass. Russ Wilson looking short. He's going to scramble, going to try to pick up the first down, and he's got it. 8-yard scramble out to the 34-yard line. Moves the sticks on 3rd down and 6 at the 34. David Kukofka keeps the offense clicking quickly. 2 tight end formation now. Javonte Williams stays in at tailback. Jags out of the 3-4. The safety double teams Jerry Jeudy, and that is the target. Short pass to Jeudy is the call, but it's going to be a flush. So now we got a dump going out here to Javonte Williams, and it's going to be just a 1-yard pickup. Williams on his receiver card. Doesn't do a ton of damage there, and it's 2nd and 9. Closing seconds of the first quarter here. Back to pass, looking short. He's got his man, Jerry Jeudy. 13-yard pickup. Denver now out to their 48-yard line. 1st and 10. First 3rd down conversion for the Broncos. First possession with a second first down. Back to pass again. Short, right back to Jerry Jeudy. He's got it, and a 10-yard pickup. Back-to-back catches from Jerry Jeudy. And at the end of the second quarter, the Broncos have moved into Jacksonville territory. 1st and 10 at the 42. They're down 14-0. Melvin Gordon comes in at tailback for Kukofka. 2 tight end set. Jags on first down. They're going to be out of the nickel, showing blitz from their safety. Golden keeps his safety busy. Here's a screen pass. Tailback Melvin Gordon. He's also targeting a 0-rated linebacker. And Gordon's got a nice pickup. Gordon with a 9-yard pickup on first down on his card on right. Melvin Gordon, a much more effective receiver card in the flats than Javonte Williams, showed there. 2nd and 1. Now at the Jacksonville 33. Gordon stays in here. And it's going to be a sneak. Russell Wilson just going to try to move the sticks here. Defense gets to pass. And snap fumble. It's on the ground. He was just trying to be conservative, but it is loose. And it is picked up by the Jaguars. So a turnover to the defense. Russell Wilson with a snap fumble. And so the game's first turnover snuffs out that scoring opportunity for the Broncos. The Jaguars take over again at their 34. Back to pass. Lawrence hits Christian Kirk. 10 yards, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44. Jags really leaning hard on the Broncos here early. Here's a run up the middle. Travis Etienne, and he's got himself 4 yards. That on the defensive card, 2nd down and 6. Here's a flat pass. Jamal Agnew. Defense called run, and it's going to be a 7-yard pickup and a first down. It actually went to the defensive card, 0-man column, so it could have been much worse. But the Jags move the sticks nonetheless. Now into Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Lawrence, 12 of 18 for 143 and 2 touchdowns. Still early second quarter. Keeping the pressure on here. 4 wide receivers out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Here's a little dump pass, incomplete. Trevor Lawrence on his right column. Missed it. 2nd and 10. 3 wide receivers are going to split out here. Here's a run up the middle and a 4-yard gain. Travis Etienne, and it's 3rd down and 6. Just the 4th carry of the game for Etienne against 19 passes from Trevor Lawrence. Joe Golden choosing to attack his opponent through the air so far. He's up 14-0, so it's working at this point. 3 wide receivers splitting out for him here. Here's a hitch over the middle. There is a linebacker in zone. He needs 6 for the first down. It's going to Zay Jones, and he beats the linebacker with a 5 on the white die, and it's a short gain. Zay Jones inside the 30, down to the 28. A 13-yard pickup moves the sticks. Jaguars now 12 first downs. Denver just 3. Jags outgaining him 171-57. There's a flat pass going out to Zay Jones. And it's a receiver roll and a 9-yard pickup. 2nd down and 1, now into the red zone at the Denver 19. And so far in this game, Coach David Kukofka is having a hard time decoding the Jaguars offense. 2 tight end formation. Here's a little dump pass over the middle. It's caught. Snoop Connor out of the backfield. Move the sticks again. 1st and 10. Jags at the 15-yard line of Denver. Lawrence back to pass. Short to Christian Kirk. He's doubled, and it's incomplete. There is a penalty. And Denver was offside defensively. Mark it off. Get the down back, and it's 1st and 5. Jaguars at the Denver 10. 3rd penalty in the game for Denver. Jags playing clean so far. 1st and 5. Jags back to pass. Short is the attempt, and it's going to Dan Arnold, but he's flushed. And so we've got a second chance here going to Christian Kirk into the flat. Kirk has 1st down yardage down to the 3. 1st and goal at the 3 after that 7-yard completion. 4th catch of the game for Christian Kirk. Full house formation here. Run blockers are all 0s and 4s, but they're all getting a bump. Behind this full house set, defense calls pass. It's a sneak. Trevor Lawrence plows forward and comes up a yard short. He does pick up 2 yards. It's 2nd and goal at the 1. Right back to the full house. 3-4 blitz. I'd expect him to power it through with the run yet again. Run call from the defense. It's a run. Travis Etienne right up the middle to the defensive card. Touchdown, Jags. And with 8:24 to go here in the 2nd quarter, the Jaguars, in front of their home fans, have opened up a 21-0 lead. After the extra point from Riley Patterson goes through. So things clicking early here for the Jaguars at home. Curious about the time of possession so far. 2-1. 7 minutes plus to 14 minutes plus. Russell Wilson from his 26 now, back to pass, and he's going to be forced to scramble, and he's going to get 8. Pretty nice roll there. 2nd down and 2. Denver now from their 34. Halfway through the 2nd quarter. Russ back to pass, looking short, got another one. Cortland Sutton catches that one, 13 yards. Denver out to their 47. Here's a 1st down run and a loss of a yard. And I'm having a hard time. This is where I need Anthony to figure out why that ended up in the two-man in zone. There's rules that I don't understand, and I am proud to admit it. It happens. Here's an off-tackle run, and that's going to be good yardage. Javonte Williams on 2nd 11 picks up 13 yards on snake eyes on his card. Moves the sticks and moves the Broncos into enemy territory. Now at the Jacksonville 41-yard line. Broncos down 3 touchdowns here. 6 minutes to go before halftime. Latavius Murray, the tailback, Wilson back to pass. Looks short. Got his man. 13 yards. Cortland Sutton again. Second catch for him on this drive. Caught the Jags looking run that time. 1st and 10 now at the Jacksonville 28. Three first downs now on this drive. They had that on the last drive, but it ended up with a snap fumble. There's a first down screen pass to Latavius Murray, and he's going to get himself, looks like 1 yard. It was a yak opportunity. Murray is rated a B, but didn't get the roll. 2nd and 9. Murray stays in behind 2 tight ends. The Jags going to show a nickel blitz. Defense guesses run. Short pass. No good. Russell Wilson trying to hit Cortland Sutton again. That time he couldn't find him. 3rd down and 9 now. At the 27-yard line. It's 2-9 through 12 field goal here, but boy, if you don't lose yardage, down 3 scores, you got to be thinking touch. So we'll see how he wants to play it. See if it's even necessary to think about it. 4 wide receivers splitting out here. Mike Boone comes in at the tailback. Jags in the nickel, safety up close. Here comes a screen. Michael Boone, the target. And that's going to be incomplete. Incomplete. He targeted the linebacker that was a 5 rated and hit the 5 on the white die. Missed it. 4th and 9. Here comes a field goal attempt. It's up, and from 44 yards, it's good. Broncos had to settle for a field goal, and it's 21-3. Onside kick from the Broncos. So they tried to surprise him with that, but didn't get the roll. I don't know. I like the call. Didn't work out. So now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Jags in plus territory at the Denver 46. Here's a first down run. Pitch out to Snoop Connor, and he's got himself a 4-yard pickup. Lost a yard to the low usage run containment. 2nd and 6 at the Denver 42. Now 3:36 remains before halftime in this one. Travis Etienne back in at tailback here. And he gets the call on 2nd and 6. It's an off tackle to Etienne on his card, and he's brought down after just a 1-yard pickup. Etienne got the call he wanted, just didn't get the dice. 3rd and 5 now. Jags at the Denver 41-yard line. As a reminder, the field goal range only goes out to the 37. Three wide receivers are going to split out here. Etienne's the tailback. Defense guesses run, but it's a look-in pass over the middle, and it's going to be caught. Marvin Jones, and he's got himself 8 yards and a first down. That was only 2 yards of yak, plus 6 out of the run column on the front side of that yak from the quarterback. First down yardage at the 33-yard line now of Denver. Three wide receivers split out. Nickel defense, flat pass. Pick up a 3 yards. Injury on the play to Kareem Jackson of the Broncos. He's going to miss a couple games, so check your schedules, fellas. Kareem Jackson, a 4-rated safety. Looks like he'll be replaced by a 0 from what I'm seeing. 2nd and 7. Here's a hitch, and it's going to be 4-yard pickup, 3rd and 3. Just an efficient passing performance here in the first half by Trevor Lawrence. 19 of 26, 191, 2 touchdowns. He's got himself in a big 3rd and 3 here at the Denver 26. 1:37 remains before halftime. 3 wide receivers are going to split out. Broncos out of the nickel. Might do an inside run draw here to Etienne. And that's a flat pass to Marvin Jones and incomplete. Credit to the defensive coach there. David Kukofka doubled the right zone with a second linebacker, and it did go to the defensive card. 4th and 3 now from the 26. They're going to take a field goal attempt. Joe Golden going for a 43-yarder. It is up, and it is shanked left. No good. That was a 2 through 8 and 12, so pretty good odds, but the Jags couldn't hit it. Riley Patterson fails. Denver still retains that 18-point deficit, 21-3, and they take over at their own 33-yard line. Here's a first down pitch out and a pickup of 4 yards to Latavius Murray. He does get out of bounds. Stops the clock, 1:15 to go. Broncos 2nd and 6 at their 37. If they could get a field goal here, technically you're within 2 scores. I'd have to check, but I believe they get possession to come out of the second half. Broncos split out 3 wide receivers here. Back to pass, looking deep, and the receiver is double-teamed. It's going to Kendall Hinton, and incomplete. It actually ended up on the interception split roll at the defensive card. 2 through 5, 11 and 12. Russell Wilson avoids it. 3rd and 6 now. Broncos at their 37. Minute 7 remaining. Big play here to see who gets the last chance to add points before halftime. Wilson out of the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Latavius Murray at his side. And it is a flat to Murray. There is a man in zone. And it's a receiver roll and incomplete. Latavius Murray, not good odds there. 4th and 6 now from their own 37. And with 1 minute to go, Denver's going to have to punt away. And that punt's going to be fielded at the 15-yard line. Fair caught there by Agnew. 52 seconds and 3 timeouts for Jags is what they have to work with starting from their 15. They're up 21-3. I think they'd be careful, but you never know. They're splitting out 3 wide receivers. Lawrence, who's had success through the air in this game, is out of the shotgun. So Joe Golden's going to let her rip. Back to pass is Lawrence. Looking short, going to Marvin Jones. No good, but a penalty. And that's going to be against the defense. Pass interference. 1st and 10 now out to the 28-yard line. So penalty on the play. Gets the drive started the way they want. Now back to pass, looking deep. Going to Christian Kirk. Man in zone. And actually going to be a flush. So he decides against that little dump going out here to tailback Etienne. And it's a nice pickup of 7 yards. And I think Jags are going to burn their first time out on that one. And they do. Stops the clock with 37 seconds before halftime. 2nd and 3 now, Jacksonville from their 35. Broncos now out of the deep dime, 3-2-6. Jags out of a standard 2 tight end formation. Etienne, the deep eye. The call is passed defensively, but it's a pitch out to Etienne, and he's going to lose yardage. A loss of 4. He does get out of bounds. Stops the clock with 30 seconds left. 3rd down and 7 at the Jacksonville 31-yard line. 3 wide receivers split out again. Now out of the shotgun, Trevor Lawrence. Tried to hit the corner with a speedy tailback. And the roll of 5 on his card, even on the wrong column, Etienne was brought down. 30 seconds and 2 timeouts. Still plenty of time if he wants to click 3 or 4 short passes together here. Back to pass, looking deep this one on, going to Evan Ingram and incomplete. 1 man in zone. But on the offensive card, Trevor Lawrence couldn't find it. 4th and 7, Jags at their 31. And with 22 seconds left, we presume them to be punting. So it looks like maybe we're locked here. Let's see. So I'm here. We're waiting to see about David. Yep, looks like they have dropped. So we're going to go ahead and close this game. I can give you an update. It looks like the other game is up and running. They've had ongoing issues. Let's go ahead and we'll mark delay again for now. But I have a feeling I'll have a game up here for us again soon. Actually, there it is, I think. Yeah, there's our new game number. Let's go ahead and get that started. Sometimes you have to be patient to get all the juice out of the grape. That is the fun of Stratomatic football online. They don't make it easy, do they? All you can do is keep smiling and wait for the game to play on. That's what we're going to do here now. Looks like we're down to our last 15 seconds. A deep ball here from Russ Wilson is incomplete. And now with 8 seconds remaining before halftime, Broncos 2nd and 10 at their 18. They're going to go out to the full house formation. And that should get, they're going to fake us, though, here and throw long. So a little trickeration there from Coach David Kukofka. Tried to sneak in a surprise long pass out of the full house. Didn't work. Safety went into the zone, incomplete, 3rd and 10. 1 second remaining, and the quarterback takes a knee. So we're going to go to halftime here in Jacksonville. Jags at home. Joe Golden is up 21-3 on the Broncos and David Kukofka. Jacksonville has more than doubled the yardage of their opponent, 217 to 107. 17 first downs to 6. Broncos have had the only 4 penalties and the only 1 turnover. So it has been certainly a one-sided affair and half a game domination. Jags over the Broncos. Second half underway, and I was wrong. It is actually the Jags that get the opening possession here. They'll begin at their 25. Travis Etienne, the tailback, still out of the shotgun here. It's a square out pass, and that's going to be incomplete. 2 men in zone. Trevor Lawrence targeting one of those zero-rated linebackers. And Coach David Kukofka pulled that middle linebacker over to cover one of those zero-rated linebackers. He's been doing that more and more. 2nd and 10, defense gets his run, but it's a pass short, no good. Trevor Lawrence, short pass wrong to Dan Arnold, couldn't hit him, and it's 3rd down and 10 Jags. 3 wide receivers split out here, shotgun formation. And the Broncos are going to show blitz out of the deep dime. Back to pass, looking short, and he's going to scramble for the first down yardage. No, he can't get there, brought down after just a 5-yard scramble. Trevor Lawrence gets 5. It's 4th and 5, and from the 30, the Jags punt. And they're going to let it roll, and the extra yardage from the roll gets that down to the red zone and drops dead at the 12. So the Broncos get the stop on the opening drive here defensively, and they'll take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 12, down 21-3. Back to pass on 1st down, Russ Wilson. And he is looking short, and he's going to be flushed. Here's a dump pass instead to the tailback, Melvin Gordon. And Melvin Gordon gets 4 yards. Gordon on the right column of receiver. As we alluded to earlier, it's pretty good out of the backfield. 2nd and 6 now. Denver at their own 16. Russ Wilson, 9 of 18, just 70 yards passing in the game. Defense showing blitz out of the nickel, but it's a run off tackle, Melvin Gordon. And on 2nd and 6, Melvin Gordon picks up another 4 yards. On his wrong column, 3rd down and 2. Broncos moving quickly again. Latavius Murray substitutes in at tailback. Defense shows blitz out of the 3-4. Back to pass. Short. No good. Russ Wilson was targeting Jerry Jeudy. Couldn't find it on his card on right. 4th and 2 at their 20. And Coach David Kukofka brings out the punter. 50-yard boot fielded at the 30 there by Jamal Agnew. An 8-yard return. But a penalty on the Jacksonville Jaguars and not on the return. That was on the punt itself. Back at the line of scrimmage, 5-yard penalty gives the Broncos a first down and new life on that possession. Broncos now 1st and 10 at their own 25. Back to pass, looking deep and incomplete. Penalty on the play. And that's going to be on the offense, holding. So back them up. 1st and 20 now for the Broncos at their own 15. Three wide receivers, 2 running backs. Back to pass, looking deep, but it'll be flushed. And Russ Wilson's going to go ahead and target Melvin Gordon in the flat. And Gordon's got himself another 9-yard gain. Gordon, 3 catches, 22 yards in this game now. 2nd and 11 Broncos at their own 24. Broncos' first possession of the second half here, trailing by 18. Back to pass, looking deep. Russell Wilson is going to Courtland Sutton. Nobody in the zone, and he has got the number with an empty zone. Courtland Sutton has the catch. We'll see how far he goes. He's inside the 40, the 30, inside the 20, and down to the 14-yard line. A pickup of 62 yards on the play. Russ Wilson to Courtland Sutton, and the Broncos are in the red zone. Button hook over the middle, and it's going to be 4-yard completion to Melvin Gordon, and that was on a double team. Good call there from Coach Joe Golden, targeting that tailback, but it didn't matter. Quarterback still got the completion, 2nd and 6 at the 10. So flats are still in play here for the Broncos. Here's a 2nd down run off tackle, nothing doing. Joe Golden, another good call defensively, calling run. And that saved a touchdown. Would have been a 14-yard result and a touchdown run. Defense makes the stop, though. 3rd and 6 now at the 10. Big play here for the Broncos. 3 wide receivers are going to split out. Kendall Hinton in the slot. 3-3-5 nickel from the Jags. Safety showing blitz. The flats are still in play here. Back to pass, looking short. And he's got his man, Kendall Hinton, touchdown, Broncos. A 3rd down completion into the end zone. And the Broncos on the board finally, tasting that end zone. Extra point is good by McManus. And with 9 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter, Jags' lead is now 21-10 over the Broncos. And there's a line buck up the middle, just 2-yard gain there for Travis Etienne, 2nd and 8. Now at the 27. Appears our other game in the AFC is having tech issues still. 2nd and 8, another run. Etienne, and he's brought down after just 1 yard. Credit to David Kukofka for having a man in the zone. That shut it down quickly. 3rd down and 7 now for the Jags. Trevor Lawrence out of the shotgun. Broncos out of the nickel. The safety's up showing blitz. And back to pass. The receiver is double teamed and incomplete. That was a short pass to ATN out of the backfield and incomplete. He was doubled, so a good call defensively. 4th and 7, and the Jags punting from their 28. 44-yard punt, quick 3-yard return by Montrell Washington, and the Broncos resume possession now. 1st and 10 at their own 31. Trailing 21-10, under 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Russell Wilson on 1st down, back to pass. He looks deep again, going right back to Courtland Sutton, and he's got Sutton again. Big play yardage to Courtland Sutton yet again, inside the 35, down to the 33 of Jacksonville. Russell Wilson hit the 3 on his card to get the long gain on right. And a 36-yard pickup. Courtland Sutton now 4 catches, a $124 in this game. 1st and 10 at the 33. Here's a quick out pass to the Tomlinson, and it's going to be a loss of a yard. Eric Tomlinson caught it, but he's brought down immediately by Oluwakan, 2nd and 11. 3 wide receivers splitting out now for the Broncos. Latavius Murray at tailback. Nickel blitz here from the Jags. And on 2nd and 11, here's an off-tackle run, and it's going to be a 2-yard loss. That was a one on the white die that poisoned the 3 wide receiver formation and put that run into the right column. 2nd and 16 now. Melvin Gordon now in at tailback. He's looked good in limited action. Still in the nickel, the Jags defense. Here's a quick slant over the middle. Linebacker in zone going to Albert Ekwabam. And it's a yak opportunity for him. And that's going to be nothing doing. Another 1-yard loss. Actually incomplete on that look in. So 3rd down and 16. And after all that early domination by the Jags passing game, Russell Wilson suddenly just 8 yards less than his opponent. Here's a 3rd and 16 reverse call. Cortland Sutton takes a reverse and gets himself a short gain. He's trying to get first down yardage, but cannot get it. So a high-risk, high-reward play gets him to a 4th and 4. And here comes a 44-yard field goal attempt by McManus, and he shanks it. McManus shanks a 2 through 9 and 12. And the Jags take over at their 34. Still 21-10. First down run for the Jags, 7 yards. Etienne, who has struggled, just 10 carries, 23 yards in this game for Travis Etienne. 7 on that play, though. 2nd and 3. Right back to him. Off tackle Etienne. And it's going to be a pickup of 3 yards. That's just enough to move the sticks. 1st and 10, Jags at the 44. Big missed field goal because that would have cut it to an 8-point game and technically then a 1-score game. Here's a first down screen out to JaMychal Hasty. Defense guessed run. So an opportunity here for the Jags. +6 from Lawrence on his card. Add yak to it. And JaMychal Hasty's loose. He's into that secondary. Let's see how far he can go. Inside the 40, inside the 30. A pickup of 28 on the play. That could have gone for 42 in the hands of a screamer down the sidelines. But JaMychal Hasty gets 28 nonetheless. Jags 1st and 10 now at the 28. And a little dump pass incomplete. Evan Ingram the target. Trevor Lawrence now over 200 yards passing in the game. 2nd down and 10. 3 wide receivers splitting out again. Lawrence under center. Here's a run off tackle right back to JaMychal Hasty and a 3-yard pickup. 6 on the white die. The left tackle could not make that block. 3rd and 7 now. Jags at the 25-yard line. Lawrence out of the shotgun. Defense showing blitz out of the nickel. Lawrence has the snap. Back to pass. Looking short. And he's got his man. Christian Kirk has it. An 11-yard pickup. And a first down for the Jags. Inside the red zone at the Denver 14-yard line. Broncos looking to hold them to a field goal and keep this at a 2-score game. Final minutes of the 3rd quarter. Back to pass. Short. That's good. An 11-yard pickup again. This time to Zay Jones. 6th catch of the game from Zay. 1st and goal. Jags at the 3-yard line. And here come the big Hogs. Full house formation. 3-4 blitz from the Broncos. Here goes a pitch out. Snoop Connor around the edge. He's got a touchdown. Jags into the end zone. Snoop Connor, the defense called run, but failed to plug that end run zone. And Connor with a 2-yard score. Extra point is up and good. The penalty on the play, though, is against the Jags. We'll see if the Broncos want to take that on the kickoff. or make them kick again. Either way, the Jags have extended to a 3-score lead at home. They're going to make him kick that extra point again. Now, equivalent of a 37-yard field goal is through. That extra point makes it 28-10. Jaguars again up by 18 at home. 1:48 to go. Third quarter. So the deck's still stacked heavily against the Broncos. And while we wait for the kick, which might be coaches freezing, we'll see. Let's take a look. Yardage is a lot more close now, 248 to 190. But of course, the Broncos had a couple of giant plays there. So 22-10 is the first down edge. And it looks like we might be restarting this game. So, unfortunately, part of our story tonight is quite a few tech issues. And apparently, I do have another game number. So, we're going to go ahead and close this one and check in on Indianapolis. Fourth quarter action. Let's go ahead and pull that game number. Well, we got two different game numbers here. Let's go ahead and let's at least start, though, by getting back to the AFC because that one is near the end. Where did it go? Right here. He says he's been posting that in the scheduled games thread, but I wasn't seeing it. Yeah, it's not there. So, well, never mind. We'll just go ahead and find it ourselves. Let's get it going. Okay, so I think from what I was told, it's 16-7, and that's true. So a close game coming down to the wire. Indianapolis at home is winning 16-7 in a game with many tech issues. Washington with the ball, back to pass. He was looking long, but a sack on the play. Kwity Paye with a sack of 9 yards on Taylor Heineke, and it's 2nd and 19. Washington now at their own 27. And Heineke back to pass on 2nd and 19. He's going to be flushed. He was looking short, but he's going to settle for a dump pass out to Curtis Samuel, and he's got 7 yards. That's enough to set up a more manageable third down at 3rd and 12. And Washington trailing 16-7 with 7:48 to go. You have to ask, how many yards do they have to get before they consider going for this? I think if you get to 4th and 4, you might think about it. We'll see. 4th and 4 would have you across the 40. Back to pass, looking short. The receiver is double teamed. Great call, defense, and it's incomplete. 3-man in zone was long gain. I'd have to look and see if that was by the safety, but 4th and 12, though, on that incompletion. And Washington, at the 7:30 mark of the fourth quarter, punts it back to the Colts. Punt from Washington, fielded by Kiki Kuti at his own 17-yard line, and a nice return. Snake Eyes gives him 19 yards on that one, up to the 36-yard line. So Indianapolis with the ball at their 36 and a 9-point lead, 16-7. So they'll be looking to run out the clock here. I'll be looking to get that other game number here, the Jags game, so we can pull that up in a second. Jonathan Taylor is our tailback. on first down. 3 wide receivers have split out. 4-3 defense here. Here's a square and pass over the middle, and that's going to be a dead ball penalty. Defense gets run, but they did have 2 linebackers in zone. Penalty wipes all that away. 1st and 15. 6 penalties, 60 yards for the Colts. 3 for 32 on Washington. Jonathan Taylor, a run right up the middle, and he's going to get himself a 6-yard gain as the left guard springs that block. 1 second, please. Give me a second here. I'll be right back. All right, so we are back. Looks like had to manage a kid issue. Kids first, family first. 4th and 14, so a huge stop and a bad punt. It does roll an additional 9 yards, 44 net. So the Commanders trailing by 9. They need 2 scores, and they have 5 minutes, 24 seconds left to get it done. They got good weapons on the outside, but I wonder about these sacks in this game because I think the Colts do have, and it looks like there have been 2 sacks maybe. So 3 wide receivers are splitting out here for the Commanders. Back to pass, looking short, and another double team by the defense. Great call, and picked off. Excellent call by Coach John Freeze as he doubles Logan Thomas successfully. Again, he just done that on the prior drive. This one is going to be an interception that's pretty much going to seal it. And that one is returned inside the 10 and brought down for the touchdown. Pick 6, Rodney Thomas. And the Colts extend to a 22-7 lead as the dagger comes. And, you know, when you make that perfect defensive call, sometimes you get rewarded for it. 23-7, so that's a 16-point deficit, so still technically a 2-score game. So in that sense, not much less time off the clock, still 5:06, still a 2-score game. What has changed is that now the Commanders don't need 9 points. They need 16, 2 touchdowns, and a couple of extra points. 5 minutes, 3 timeouts. Let's see what they can do. It should be fast-paced. 4 wide receivers splitting out here for Coach David Mugman. Let's go ahead and start the process of getting that Jags-Broncos game up. We'll keep an eye on that too. And a sack on the play. Taylor Heineke brought down by DeForest Buckner. I believe that's at least his 2nd sack of this game. So Commanders already 2nd and 16 at their 19, and the odds growing longer. Heineke back to pass again, and that's going to be good. 15-yard completion. to the tailback, J.D. McKissick. Third and 2 after that completion. Under 4 minutes to go here in Indianapolis. Colts trying to snap the 3-game winning streak of the Commanders here. Back to pass, looking short. And on 3rd and 2, he completes it. Terry McLaurin's got it. First down yardage, Washington out to the 43. Clock running now down at 3:18 left. They still need 2 touchdowns. Jags punting it back to the Broncos, but they're up by 18 points with less than 6 minutes remaining. So the Broncos are definitely going to give in to the Jaguars at home. Let's get back out here in Indianapolis. And a first down pass is incomplete. Taylor Heineke hit the interception split roll. Dodged a bullet, 2nd and 10. It looks like the home teams are going to walk away with victories tonight. Here's a little button hook pass over the middle, empty zone. And it's going to be a pickup of 6. There is a penalty. And that's against Indianapolis. Washington accepts that. 2nd and 5. Still a 16-point lead for the Colts. Commanders near midfield, but only 2:42 remains. Back to pass. Heineke looking short. And instead, it's going to be a dump pass. He's going out to Curtis Samuel. And Samuel with a receiver opportunity is going to lose a yard. 3rd and 5 after actually that was incomplete over the middle. Colts staying in a deep dime defense. 3 wide receivers splitting out here for the Commanders. And on 3rd and 5, it's a run up the middle. Brian Robinson looking to get that first down yardage, and he can't get it. He got the wrong column he wanted, but just a pickup of 2, and it's 4th and 3 right at midfield as we reach the 2-minute warning here in Indianapolis. Colts up 23-7. Looking to get that ball back and put this one away. Coach John Freeze has held the Commanders scoreless here in the second half to extend on their 3-point lead. And on 4th and 3, back to pass. Taylor Heineke going short. And he's actually flushed. He needs 3 yards on 4th and 3. A little dump to Jahan Dotson is good. And a short gain. Jahan Dotson brought down at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 there. And we'll see if Washington wants to burn their first time out. They're going to go into the hurry up, it looks like. A minute 30 remaining. Colts stay in that deep dime. 4 wide receivers splitting out here. Heineke back to pass. He is looking short. He's targeting Jahan Dotson. But he looks away. He's flushed, and he's going to do a dump out here to Cam Sims. On the quarterback card, it's going to be a yak opportunity for Sims. And a 9-yard pickup. Nice pickup, but notably not going out of bounds. Or I should say, it doesn't look like he's trying to get out of bounds necessarily. 2nd and 1. At the Indianapolis 26. Clock runs down to 1 minute, so it doesn't look like Washington's going to go ahead and try to stop the clock at 16 points down. Looks like they're fairly conceding, although here comes a deep pass. Might be trying to lull him to sleep. Going long, incomplete. Taylor Heineke on his card on a 9. Couldn't hit it. 3rd and 1 at the Indy 26. 52 seconds remains. Reached the 2-minute warning in Jacksonville. Broncos got a touchdown, cutting it to 10, 28-18, but they missed the ensuing onside kickoff. And it still looks like Jacksonville's going to be able to milk that one away. We'll keep one eye on it. Short pass, McLaren, incomplete. 45 seconds remains here in Indianapolis. 4th and 1 for the Commanders. They'll split out 3 wide receivers. McKissick, the tailback. Heineke back to pass. Looking short. He's going to Logan Thomas. But another dump. Jahan Dotson needs a yard to keep alive, and it's incomplete. Turnover on downs. Colts get the ball. Shut out their opponent in the second half and roll to a 23-7 victory here. Matt Ryan takes a knee. Victory formation. Coach is invited to join. No pressure. Join link, mirror bottom on. Here we go. And wait. On broadcast channel. So we'll set that up in a bit here. 23-7. Let's go ahead and get back to Jacksonville. And that game has also ended. Coach is invited on to broadcast. No pressure. So, both games ending at basically the same time. Home team's getting out with a win. Jacksonville wins at home over the Broncos 28-18. In a game that really wasn't as close as it looked. Jacksonville rolled out to a 21-0 lead in this one and held on. Interconference matchup, Indianapolis at home shuts out the Commanders in the second half and wins 23-7 on that one. So we'll keep an eye here to see if any of our coaches show up. While we wait to see that, let's update a couple things. Let's see what we've got. So we have the Colts winning. They'll go to 4-4, which means I'm going to do a little of this. 4-4. Colts. And now the Raiders. They beat the Commanders, who fall to 4-4. Oops. I'm sorry. They fall to 3-5. And in our other game, the Jaguars win. They go to 5-3. That's going to mean need it right here. And the Jags, of course, beat the Broncos, who fall to 3-5, it looks like. So let's see if we have any coaches here. We do not. I am going to double check again on something here. Somehow I didn't think the Broncos were going to be 3-5 after that game, but yeah, 3-4. So with a loss, 3-5. So it looks like we've got that correct as well. I'm going to knock that off until I see if there are other 3-5s that need to be considered. So those are our standings completely up to date. And we still have a game tomorrow and 2 games on Sunday as the USFFL rolls on. And we do have a joiner. We do welcome John Freeze to the broadcast. Coach Freeze, welcome. How you doing tonight, buddy?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. How you feel about getting out of there with a victory, bud?
5 picks will do that usually.
I was going back and forth between 2 games. Did you pick off 5 passes in this one, John?
Yeah. It wasn't me. It was all those little bits and bytes running around on the field that did it. But yeah.
Yeah, you're so right. Look at that. Taylor Heineke, 5 interceptions. I saw a couple. I didn't realize it was 5. Sorry about all the tech issues. I know that's frustrating. Did you make any adjustments that allowed you to kind of shut him out more in the second half as it was going along?
Well, he just kind of, I was able to get up a couple of points on him, and then he realized, and then he had to throw, and I'm just calling pass, double teaming this and that, and it's just the kind of downhill thing you get into when you're behind, and there's nothing real magical about it.
Yep.
Yeah. Both of our teams have very, very poor offenses. Matt
Ryan and Taylor Heineke make it difficult for sure.
Yeah, you wouldn't confuse them with Aaron Rodgers or that guy from Kansas City, who, of course, there are people in the league that have emotions about that guy in Kansas City, obviously, and
yeah, I suppose.
That were alluded
I suppose.
to.
Hey, listen, it's no different than when the Patriots were winning a lot.
Yeah, there were folks.
I know how I felt about the Patriots for years, so I expect no one to have anything other than distaste for anything going on in Kansas City these days.
Oh, absolutely. I used to I feel fine about Tom Brady now, but I hated his guts with a fiery passion for 4 years, and used to bitch endlessly about the Brady rule, which is anybody that comes close to touching Tom Brady gets a flag thrown at them, especially if they're a Ravens linebacker.
Yeah, we had enough big playoff matchups even before Mahomes and big matchups against Brady along the way that, I was very familiar with the reference to those Brady rules. And but the whole time he manages to get it done, and that's the bottom line. So, you got it done tonight, John. You're 4-4, by the way. You're 4-4, by the way, John. I don't know if you're looking at the standings like I am, but that really kind of separates you a little bit because, like, the last wild card position right now is 4-3. You're 4-4, and there are no other 4-4 teams at present right now. So you're real close. You're right on the fringe there, buddy.
Yeah. So I won't stay there. The skid is coming inevitably, and when it does, it's not going to be pretty. I saw something that was really weird, which was coming into this week. The Colts had the number one in terms of yardage performance as a defense against the pass. And in that same set of analyses,
are you talking about Stratomatic Colts?
Yeah, this league.
Okay, just make sure.
Yeah, and that was coming into this week. And this, despite the fact that really, in terms of sacks, hadn't gotten much more than average. In terms of picks, hadn't gotten much more than average. In terms of my play calling, it was right about average. And the cards are bad. The Colts defense is rated average to poor against the pass.
Well, you were pretty much on par, though. You're right. I did look at it, and your Colts do lead the USFFL at 164.5 a game allowed via the pass. Heineke got 172, so that's pretty much right on course for that. And I think when you add in 5 interceptions and a subsequent 24.6 quarterback rating, I think you did okay in this game defensively.
What I think it amounts to is that I've been playing a lot of Taylor Heineke's.
Well, I would like to believe you, John, but here's what I would tell you. Experience tells me that you and Dennis Young, shout out to my buddy Dennis, come from the same Sky is Falling club. So whenever you guys talk about your team, it's never about how good things are going. And it's always a little bit further than just the fake humility we all try to give to try to, make ssure we're being respectful of our peers. So what I'm telling you, John, is that, you say that your team has no hope, but you've put together a 4-4 start, and you're in a division that you're very competitive in. There's a lot of room to go, and you've been doing this a while. So congratulations on getting to 4-4, buddy. You're right where you need to be, especially after that Titans loss earlier today.
Thanks, man. Anyway, I'm going to dash. Have a pleasant
evening. All right,
evening.
buddy. It's good to see you, man. Congratulations on the win. Have a good weekend, buddy.
You too, man. Bye.
Later. All right, guys, that's it. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I already gave you the rundown, so a few more games. 1 tomorrow, 2 Sunday, and we'll move on to week 9. See you then.